If you want to build a relationship with me, or you want to build a relationship with a community, you have to spend quality time with that community, or you have to spend quality time with that person. What quality time has Donald Trump spent with the African American community? What quality time has Donald Trump spent with the black church at that?
They reached out to me, had some people who had heard about Impact Network because, as you know, that Donald Trump has been, saying that I'm going to, get the African American vote. He's been very confident about that. And so he's coming in to do it, and, we're going to welcome his visit here. He's coming to worship with us, and we're going to welcome him just like any other person who would come in these doors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Welcome back to On Point with Ralph Gabby on 910 AM, the Superstation division of Adele Media. This is Radio Our Way. And I want to say this before I introduce my next guest. Donald Trump, in 70 years of life and in 15 months of campaigning, has done nothing toward the plight of social and economic justice for communities of color, the poor, women, nor the disenfranchised. So the question I would pose, and Reverend Williams, I want you to jump in on this, is what can Donald Trump say in 70 days before the election that his life hasn't said in 70 years of living? So I welcome.
Why did you do that?
I welcome to On Point with Ralph Gabby.
Just closed it out, man.
Reverend Charles Williams, President.
You didn't. You just shouted me. That was a close right there.
There's no other way into the black community than the black church. There's no other better validator, and there is no other better validation than the trusted voice of the man of God, the pastor, endorsing or even recognizing your interests over the pulpit.
Where you stay? I'm over here sleeping on my uncle's back porch right now on Linwood and Grand River crossing the ledge.
You sleeping on the back porch?
Yeah.
For 2 whole years, Donald Trump has been campaigning, and he hasn't reached out to build that type of relationship in the beginning of his campaign, and certainly doing it in the last 70 days of the campaign. That doesn't qualify as you want to build a relationship with me. That says you want to use me. And I think that's where people feel concerned about Donald Trump using the church and using the bishop as pawns and as an entrance into the black community.
On his arrival, but as of right now, it's supposed to be a worship service where all he is going to do, he's not going to speak at the worship service. Right. He's just going to sit in the worship service. Right. So you can have full opportunity of him in a church surrounded by black folks.
But he said they're going to meet with some select pastors afterwards, right?
Well, and that's what I was hearing.
The interview is supposed to be him and Wayne.
And it's gonna be cut up and edited.
Yeah,
they're gonna do that at the church too.
Detroit, don't play. Don't come to Detroit playing games. If you ain't made no initial contact in all those months you was running, all those years you was in business, you ain't did nothing for the African American community, then don't go showing up, 60, 90 days before the election talking about I love black people.
This is not the answer. This visit on September the 3rd is not the answer. It may be part or a component to it, but then he needs to sit down, in my view, to meet with a Mark Morrell over the urban lead and meet with the head of the NAACP or some of these black colleges. Because these are people who are being shapers. These are people who've really been in our community for decades who people trust.
This is America, and yes, Donald Trump has a right to go where he wants to, and yes, any church in America has the right to have who they want to. What we want to make clear is this is one church and this is one man. This is not the black church. This is not the black community.